Are you serious? Are you serious? Are you serious? Well, yes. In a recent straw poll, Ron DeSantis of Florida defeated, or I shouldn't say defeated because it wasn't a contest, but it was a straw poll among conservative conference goers who they would like to see as their next presidential nominee. And Ron DeSantis, the governor of Florida, won for the second year in a row over Donald Trump. I'll tell you all about who came in where did Mike Pence fall in, and all about this. But first, let's put a shout out, if we could, guys, right now for www.noblegoldinvestment.com. That's www.noblegoldinvestment.com. Guys, look at your 401k. Look at the price of gas. Today it's at $4.86 a gallon. Now that's the national average. You guys know in California it's over 7. Some places even over 8. Here in Indiana it's $5.29. Does this make sense even? Go to noblegoldinvestment.com. That's www.noblegoldinvestment.com. Pick up the phone right now and call Colin Plume or one of his associates at 877-646-5347. That's 877-646-5347. And tell them that Pastor Paul Begley sent you there. You need help to protect your retirement funds. This silver American virtue coin with Thomas Jefferson on the front, 3 ounces of pure silver can be yours for free if you literally, if you set up something that's going to protect you, plus get a free 3 ounce of pure silver coin. That's a collector's item. They'll give it to you for free at noblegoldinvestment.com. All right. Well, guys, listen, I'm serious about this. We know that Ron DeSantis is really, and just real quick, those of you who are wondering, Heidi's still getting phone calls. People are still giving their Pentecost offerings. Yes, it's not too late. People are asking, is it too late? No, it's not. You can give your Pentecost offering today, that you can give it now and put your prayer requests in there. We definitely will receive it and pray over your Pentecost prayer needs. And I'll take them to the wall in Jerusalem, your prayer request, and pray over these at the wall in Jerusalem in February of 2023 when we go. If you want to go on that tour, Paul Begley Prophecy Tour, it's going to be a Holy Land experience. We're going to be going February 7th through the 17th. We would love for you to come along. We're taking 100 people, maybe more if demand requires it. We will. All right. Here's the situation. Florida Governor Ron DeSantis wins the straw poll for presidential nominee. This is the second year in a row that the Florida governor, very popular and is extremely popular, and not only in Florida, but around the nation. And I was at a dinner with the governor, a couple of weeks ago, Sister Heidi and I. There was about 1,000 people there. And he gave a speech at the dinner, and he was amazing, really. He really is amazing. And I think that he would be a tremendous candidate, and it's just very interesting where this is going. But, of course, President Trump may run. And if he does, I don't think DeSantis would run. Okay. If DeSantis did, it would only be just get himself in position maybe to be VP. Anyway, I don't know. But let's talk about this. I mean, first of all, here's what happened at the poll. So Ron DeSantis wins the straw poll for the second time in a row. And here's how they do that. They asked the people that are there. There was 1,114 people at this conservative conference out in Denver, Colorado. And they said, put a thumbs up next to the candidate that you would really like to see as the nominee. And you can vote for more than one. You can vote for 2. Okay? And they did this during the conference. And according to the results on the website, the summit said the aim was to motivate those conservatives and activists who are in the trenches to convene and network together and to educate each other on the key issues, both equipping volunteers as well as training a new younger generation of conservatives. The Centennial Institute, a think tank linked to the Colorado Christian University, organized this event. The conference goers were asked which candidate they would prefer to be the GOP's presidential nominee, and were told to vote for all the candidates you would approve for president and put a thumbs up by the ones you really want. And you can, so you can pick more than one. Of the 1,114 people responded in the question, according to the poll results shared by Michael Gungiegel, a journalist from the local Colorado publication, The Daily Citizen, and also Fox News. According to the poll, Ron DeSantis won the poll with 71% thumbs up from the voters who were there at the conference. 71% Ron DeSantis. President Trump got 67.6% thumbs up. Texas Governor Ted Cruz come in third with 28.7%. And Dr. Ben Carson came in fourth with 24.1%. Next was President Trump's son, Donald Trump Jr., came in fifth, and former Secretary of State Mike Pompeo came in sixth, and former Vice President Mike Pence came in seventh with 14.3% of the vote. So quite interesting how the feeling is 2 years in a row that Ron DeSantis wins that poll. But just a few points each year, just about 4 points higher than Trump. That means that is where we're at. If you look at the thermometer of the nation, I think what the country is saying, they would go either way. And so really the ball is probably in President Trump's court. If he wants to run, I see DeSantis saying, all right. And maybe DeSantis runs too, just simply as he can get his name recognition in there and maybe get in position for a VP role. But I would say if Trump doesn't run, Ron DeSantis will certainly run. And I think Ron DeSantis would win that nomination. But it's way too early to know. You can be way out ahead and not even come close because things shift and change and different news cycles, and you guys know how it is. So who knows? But anyway, I thought I would share that with you because I thought it was very interesting. And I think it's very interesting that we're seeing these kinds of numbers and what people are thinking in lieu of difficult times right now. And, really it is. If you look at our nation, this hyperinflation is really, really crippling our economy, that high gas prices, the war in Russia and Ukraine, the debacle getting out of Afghanistan, the southern border mess we got, and on and on and on. The crime rates out of control. I mean, there's so much stuff right now that America needs prayer. We really need some prayer. Okay, so this isn't a political pitch at all. I'm just giving you statistics and stats and information to pray about and think about, and let's watch and see. I still continue to pray, of course, for President Joe Biden that he will, somehow get the right advice, or somebody start telling them, look, we got to do something. We need to crank up the oil in Texas and Oklahoma. We got to start drilling. We got to do something here. We can't just sit here and idle and wait and watch this price of gas. I'm telling you guys. I'm telling you right now, price, the national average is going over $5 a gallon before the week is over. If we don't at least I don't see how it's not. It's going to go over $5 a gallon average. That would mean over 7 something, probably the whole average of California, and probably 650 in New York. And, it's just outrageous. So let's just keep an eye on all these things. It's very, very interesting times. A lot of prayer needs to go out for our country. No doubt about that. And when you think about our country, you gotta think about those who gave their life for our freedom. You really do. And this song I recorded called "Dress Blues." It's a true story about a young man who gave his life in Afghanistan. It's a very moving song for me because of my son Brock, who did a tour of duty. He did 1 whole year in Afghanistan during the surge. And so here's Dress Blues. What can you see from your window? I can't see anything from mine. Flags on the side of the highway and scripture on grocery store signs. Maybe 18 was too early. Maybe 30 or 40 is too. Did you get your chance to make peace with the man? For he sent down his angels for you. Mamas and grandmamas love you, 'cause that's all they know how to do. You never planned on the palms and the sand, or sleeping in your dress blue. Your wife said this all would be funny when you came back home in a week. You turned 22 and we'd celebrate you in a bar or a tent by the creek. Your baby would just about be here. Your very last tour would be up, but you won't be back. They're all dressing in black, drinking sweet tea in styrofoam cups. Mamas and grandmamas love you. American boys hate to lose. You never planned on the bombs and the sand, or sleeping in your dress blues. Now the high school gymnasium's ready, full of flowers and old legionnaires. Nobody showed up to protest, just sniffle and stare. There's red, white, and blue in the rafters. They're silent old men from the court. What did they say when they shipped you away to find somebody's Hollywood boy? Nobody can forget you. You showed us what we had to lose. You never planned on the bombs in the sand or sleeping in your dress blues. You never planned on the bombs in the sand or sleeping in your dress blues. I'll be back, guys, with more right here on the Coming Apocalypse. If you're interested in the Israel trip, yes, send an email to taratrogler@gmail.com. That's an email to Tara over at taratrogler@gmail.com. Okay, she's keeping track of those. Last I heard, it was 125 people that are very interested. I already know the price is $4,999 for this trip. That's your airfare from New York to Tel Aviv and back. That's 4-star hotels, best hotels we can in the city, and 3 meals a day instead of 2, like most of them do just do 2. We do 3, and also worship after we get back after dinner every evening with our praise and worship group that's coming, the musicians coming with us, Israel Hall, Joseph Shackelford, Renee Touré. It should be amazing what's going to take place. It is a Holy Land experience. Communion, I'll give you communion, administer communion to you at the Garden Tomb. I'll baptize you in the Jordan River if you want. We will take a boat ride and across the Sea of Galilee while they're doing the praise and worship. Israel is and wow and all of them, and you'll go out all the holy sites. It's going to change your life, okay? And the price is better than everybody else. Actually, I don't know how. We just tightened the thing and said, look, we want to make sure that people get the best experience, and I need the price as low as I can, and it's all inclusive. So this is really a great deal. So now that's the price. Okay. Now in just a few days, I'm wanting it to be done this week. I'm pushing them. They need to set up a landing page for you, and you'll be able to go. You go to my website, and you'll be able to click the link and go, and you'll be able to put your $300 down, and that reserves your seat, and that locks you in, and then you have 6 months. You have actually to the end of November 24th, I think it is, to pay in full. And so you got it gives you 6 months to get your trip completely paid for. That, and then of course we'll leave on February 7th. It's February 7th through the 17th. So get ready, guys. This is your chance for the trip of a lifetime. I'll be back with more current world events and how they relate to biblical prophecy. We are living in the last days. I'll be back.